All right, jó reggelt kívánok, hogy vagy? Good morning, and it is the start of another day here in the beautiful, beautiful city of Budapest, and it literally is the start of another day. It's I think just a little bit after 5 a.m. and a lot of thoughts going through my mind, and I thought that I would share them. And what one of the thoughts going through my mind is the fact that here it's 5 a.m. and I'm talking to a video camera here in Budapest. And as I was getting ready and getting out of bed, there was one thing on my mind, interestingly enough, or the biggest thing on my mind was work, and I've got all this work going through my mind as far as what needs to be done and everything, and it's interesting because to be self-employed, such as I am, I have come to the realization that you have to be driven. If you're not driven, if you don't have a fire under your ass, then you're not going to. I just turned on the big screen so you see the light come in. But if you're not driven, and you're not motivated, I guess driven and motivated is the same thing. But if you're not really motivated or driven, if you don't have a fire under your ass, you're not going to be a good entrepreneur. That's what I call myself. When people say, "What do you do?" I say I'm an entrepreneur, because I am. That's essentially what I am. But anyway, so I find myself, and then the other thing would be, and this goes hand in hand with being driven, and that is loving what you do. The day you find a job doing what you love is the last day that you ever work for the rest of your life. And for the most part, I design and I program, websites. But do I love to do that? Not necessarily. I love the creative aspect of it. I love being able to help people. I love the challenge about it. But what I really love is I love doing the videos. If that isn't obvious, I love just traveling about and just doing the videos. If I really wanted to be serious about the videos, I would do some thorough research on the topic. Like the Basilica or City Park or wherever I go. I would do some serious research on the topic. But anyway, so that was one of the things going on through my mind. But the other thing that was going on through my mind was I talk a lot about how great it is to be able to. The other day in a video I was talking about somebody that I was talking to from down under, and they were talking about how they envy my life, and I hear that a lot. Interestingly enough, I was on the phone with a client yesterday from California, and abcautocare.com. But I was on the phone with Lee from ABC Auto Care, and he was basically telling me the same thing. This is a guy who's about my age, maybe a little bit older, and he's got an incredible business there in Ventura, California. and he's got a beautiful wife and a gorgeous daughter, and he runs an incredible business. But here he is telling me that that he envies me, and I can't say that there are many people in this world that I envy. Todd, one of my followers, Todd, I kind of envy Todd. Todd Todd seems like an all-around great guy, and he's got a beautiful wife and a beautiful family. So even though I say I don't envy people, I think that there's exceptions. And being able to travel the world such as I do is absolutely incredible. I love it. I absolutely love it. And if I didn't love it, then it wouldn't be as nice as I wouldn't enjoy it as much. But as I sit here and I talk about that, I remember an evening I was in a movie. I was in a movie with Michael. This is going to blow up some people's minds. I was in a movie with Michael Douglas and Sharon Stone called Basic Instinct, and that movie came out years ago. But anyway, so I had this. I was an extra, so don't go all thinking that I was a movie star in a previous life. But I was an extra in a movie, and I remember one time I had this opportunity during the shooting of this movie to have a one-on-one with Michael Douglas. And there he was sitting in his chair with the word Douglas on the back. And I asked him, I said, Mike, I said, is it all worth it? All the fame and doing the movie. I said, you can't go anywhere in this world without being recognized and chased and hounded and whatever. I said, is it worth it? And he said, Tom, he said, if I didn't love what I do, it wouldn't be worth it. And that's kind of myself. I love what I do, and for that reason it's worth it. But the freedom that I have, and I think that's what a lot of people envy, particularly the men. Because more times than not, I hear I envy you from men. I don't hear that from women. But interestingly enough, grasping, it's early in the morning here, but the price that I pay, the price that I pay for the freedom that I have is loneliness. Being alone. That's the price that I pay. And I had dinner last night with a lady friend, and her and I are in very similar situations. She's Russian, living in New Zealand, and I am what I am. But I was telling her that the one thing that her and I have in common, more than anything else, she doesn't have any children, no parents. The one thing that her and I have in common more than anything else is the common denominator that we're missing love in our life. That's the one thing. One thing that I'm missing is love. And I had a beautiful woman in my life, Mercedes. What a beautiful woman I had in my life. And I knew when I was with Mercedes that I have this love of traveling, and it doesn't work well insofar as having a relationship and having the ability to travel the world as I do. So that relationship ended. But anyway, that's aside from the business aspect of doing the videos. I find that I'll do these videos oftentimes because it kind of in many ways it takes the edge off of loneliness, because for all intent and purpose, even with the exception of my father, I have no family to speak of in this world. As far as friends, I have superficial friends for the most part. Not all. I've got maybe one or two people that I would call a true friend. But everybody else is just superficial acquaintances, if you will. And so that is those are some of the thoughts on on doing the videos. And as far as taking the edge off of loneliness, I've got I've got all of you wonderful people that follow me. What else is on my mind? So the way that my trip is unfolding, it's nice. I am going to where am I going? I'm renting a car this Friday, and on Friday I'm going to Pécs. So I'm going to go to Pécs in southern Hungary, and from southern Hungary, I am going to Croatia. And I was just looking for a message from a friend of mine on Facebook. He recommended a couple cities. He recommended one other city in Croatia. I'm going to Pula in Croatia, and then I'm going to go north. And there's another city just north of Pula. But then I was looking at the map, and I was looking at the map as far as where else I could go. And I know there's some people out there right now saying, Tom, I'll tell you where to go. But I was looking at the map, and there's this magical little place in Slovenia, and it's called Bled, B-L-E-D. Google that. Google Bled, Slovenia. And I've been there a couple times. It was the summer home of Tito, the dictator for the. It was a summer home for Tito, the dictator. But Lake Bled. So I'm thinking of spending an evening in Bled, in Slovenia, and then from there, there's a couple other cities in Slovenia that this friend of mine recommended to me, and I'm going to go and check those out as well. And then I catch a flight. I come back to Budapest for a night or two, and only to catch a flight and go down to Italy and see Edith and Amadeo. And Amadeo's got a 3-day weekend, and we're gonna go and do some sightseeing in the Cinque Terre region. I found the message from my friend Andras, and he says he suggested I visit Robinje and Porec, P-O-R-E-C, in Croatia. And then he told me to go to Piran, P-I-R-A-N, Piran, and Portoroz, P-O-R-T-O-R-O-Z, in Slovenia. And so those are the suggestions. But then down to Italy with Edith and Amadeo, and that'll take me right up until the middle of July, when I was thinking I was going home. I'll delay my return home, and from there, then I fly up to Poland, and I anticipate being in Krakow and the countryside up there for the better part of 2 weeks to a month. Maybe taking a side trip up to Lithuania, maybe a side trip to Lviv in Ukraine. And then we'll see what happens. But that would put me home sometime in August, August or something like that. So what else is on my mind? I'm going to share something with you here on the computer, as my dad would call it. Let me grab my little gimbal here. Let's see if I can do this. So I'm going to rotate this around. Check this. When I travel, oftentimes I will take my my computer. So I'll take my computer and hook it up to a TV monitor. Speaking of something here, interestingly enough, well, I don't know if you can see it, but the little girl that I never had, she did a nice little drawing for me. Actually, she did a bonus there. There you see it. So there's the little girl I never had, Natia, did this little drawing for me. You can see I'll take that home with me. But anyway, look at these, if you can see it. Let's see if you can see this. These are the statistics from my videos. Now I'm showing you the statistics for all time. So from April 1st, 2007, April Fool's Day, that's when I opened this account. And these are the statistics that you can see. I don't know how well you can see this, but this right here, my videos have been watched 12 million minutes, 12.6 million minutes. And the average duration is 3 minutes and 28 seconds. I've made $5,000, if you can see that, $5,700. And that revenue just started coming in. You can see the graph. That revenue just started, well, it's been pretty consistent for a while here. But anyway, so $5,000. And then over here, you can see I've got 21,000 likes to 5,000 dislikes, 8,000 comments, 8,600 shares, 18,000 videos and playlists. I don't know what that is. 4,020 subscribers. 4,020 subscribers. And then I come down here and you've got the most popular videos. The Duval Street in Key West, Florida, 1.4 million minutes, 306,000 views, and that's generated almost $1,000 in revenue. That one video, Duval Street in Key West, Florida, and then that's followed by the old Lahaina Luau in Maui, the Amazon Echo, the Windy City Attraction, the Cannes, Auschwitz, Avenue of the Giants. And then it breaks it down even further. It breaks it down to, what countries: 51% the United States, 7% Australia, and demographics, 70% male. Isn't that interesting, demographics? 70% male, 30% female. So those are just some of the statistics. But anyway, with that being said, it's time to get on with my day here in Budapest. And it's early, and I'm going to go to Széchenyi Fürdő, the Széchenyi Bath. I'm going to go there just for the purpose of doing a video. I'm going to go there. And I'd imagine that I can get in and out of there in an hour's time or so. And the Széchenyi Bath is just three tram stops away from me, so I can literally be there in 5 minutes. But I'm going to go to Széchenyi Bath and do a walk-through, a swim-through maybe, with the video camera. And then it's just a day of work. And interestingly enough, I've got a date this evening. I don't know if it's a date. I'm going out this evening with with a lovely young lady. And I say young lady. She's, I don't know how old she is, but I'm old enough to be her big brother. Let's put it that way. I met her in a Starbucks, and she was studying for her final exam, her master's or something. And I invited her to dinner. So we're going to dinner tonight. So it's going to be a day of work and everything, and then tomorrow is the day that I hit the road. So those are the thoughts as I start my day. I hope everybody out there has a great day as well. Okay, all right, take care.